Hey everybody, welcome to episode 230. Shy. Mike, 230.
Ah.
I got dad jokes.
I don't know, you're pushing like 75.
No. My father is pushing 75. I don't like you anymore. Your sister's my favorite now.
Okay, great. Well, I guess I'll just leave then.
That's right. Bring Michelle down.
Right. So Michelle's dead asleep.
Oh, yeah.
Because I fear it's like 11:30 at night.
Well, it's not my fault. You're very busy.
Hey, I got home from dance class at 10.
Well, and you were
like
camping.
10:50.
Yeah.
This weekend was a long weekend. That's why you're getting this episode at midnight.
Yeah. We try to do one a week, but yeah, all of a sudden it became Sunday at midnight. So we technically are slided in just before, because I think it's 11:22, so yeah.
I'll post this literally at probably
half an hour to
11:45.
spare. We almost missed doing the one a week for however many weeks, 2 years plus, whatever it's been. But
well, then we better film this like.
Yes.
Gotta do this pronto, I guess.
All right. So quick things first. Michelle and I went to practice today, so I got like 30 seconds of footage and pictures. Apparently, it was very humid. I almost said humidity in the fan. That didn't make sense. Very humid in the rink today.
There's humidity in there.
And the glass was all foggy, but it was on the inside, so like I couldn't like.
Oh, you couldn't wipe it off.
Poor Michelle kept going like this, and it wasn't doing anything. So I really couldn't get much footage for everybody, but it was a good practice. We practiced for like 30 minutes, and so I got a little bit of footage, but I couldn't get anything really good because it was pretty foggy. And then so I think I showed these off before. Local New Jersey brewery made Darth Vader beer cans, and Dan was nice enough to sign them for me today, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, and he signed all of them because he's fancy like that.
Yeah, I gave one to our friend Melanie, and I'm sure I'll give the other two to other friends, but yeah, he was very nice. I was like, do you mind signing all three? He was like, I don't mind. He was like, I don't care. He was super nice of him. So whatever, sign one, I'll sign three. But yeah, so I try not to get greedy. 1, 2 max, but he didn't mind, so I got all three done, and like I said, we'll probably give him to some friends. So that was Michelle and I's day while you were finishing up your camping trip this morning.
Yeah, because like when you go to practice, like you go there to watch practice. Like it's not like you go there to like stalk the dudes and get their like.
No.
That's for some people do that, but that like just like to put it across, like that is not Dad. Dad goes because he genuinely has the love for hockey and just wants to watch it. And it's free to go to practice, and Dad loves free, so...
I do love free.
Dad loves free.
And so does Michelle.
Michelle loves free.
So...
Honestly, we just really like free things, and, like, it's just kind of... But, like, Dad does it out of the love of the game, not because, like... yes, he loves getting things signed.
Sure.
Like, it's so cool, like, it's a very cool thing, but, like, don't ever mistake, like, that's not the reason, like, Dad's there.
Well, thanks, kiddo.
Because, like, sometimes, like, you go, like, literally with nothing in hand, and you're just there to watch.
Yeah, I had the cans for Ladar today, but, Couturier stopped, Noah Cates. So, if those of you who don't know, so the practice facility's in Voorhees. It's free to go to practice, which is cool because you're right on the glass, which I can't afford to take us to the arena right on the glass. So, you're right on the glass, the players are great, and then there's an area outside. You can wait at one end, and the players drive out, and if they want to sign, they'll stop and sign.
Yeah.
But you're right, like Couturier, Noah Cates, a bunch of guys stopped today, and the only one I had anything was for Vladar, so...
Sometimes it's just, hey, you want to take a selfie, or even just, hey, dude, how's practice? Like, it's just, because you also forget, like, they are, like, people themselves, too.
People,
like, they're not...
Coots had his wife and his 2 kids there, like I'm a dad, when guys when TK first became a dad, I congratulated him, and he's like, oh, I was like, I've got 3 daughters. He goes, oh, I can't imagine, stuff like that. Like it's good to talk to him.
They're human as well, and they really like hockey dudes are the best dudes. Like they care about their fan base. Like I can't tell you the amount of dudes that we've talked to, and like even like I'll see like some people and they'll be like, how's dance, or how's this doing, and just like. And even, like, no, they don't know my deepest, darkest secrets, but just knowing the fact that they know my name and I do dance, just, like, it shows they care.
People forget they're people. They have good days, bad days. The baby keeps them up at night one time, so they have a bad game. Like, they're human. People forget that, so... But, I know, and I do. I really enjoy practice. I like seeing what they're working on. I think it's fun sometimes when you see them working on a certain play at practice, and then they use it in the game that night.
Yeah.
I do. I enjoy all that. And Danny was there, and I get a chance to talk to him. He just waved hi. He's like, I know he knew me. I'm sure he doesn't remember my name, but I'm sure he recognized me, stuff like that, which is pretty cool. So, But yeah,
No,
I really
I think
just,
Danny knows your name.
yeah.
I feel like Danny knows.
Knows yours. Keith Jones knows you.
I was gonna say they know my name.
So, but yeah, they but it's nice.
You're Cheyenne's dad.
I'm Cheyenne's pretty plush, yes.
I run this place.
So, but I know we've always had a good time. We've been going
Yeah.
since you were in diapers, so
Like, just,
and I've been going before that. But yeah, no, it's fun. So
just like we do this out of the love like of the game. We just love this. Like,
well, that's why like my road trips are hockey. You know, I take Michelle to Reading every
Yeah.
year, and we go to Hershey.
you guys stay there for a long weekend.
Lehigh.
And, like, yeah.
And speaking of trips, I mean, our next one in 2 weeks is California.
Yes.
So we're going. I know we've mentioned it, but we're going to California to watch the Flyers play on the road. It'd be fun to really watch them play in Anaheim, but also LA and San Jose. Fans of Philly. Fans of Philly also later in the year is having a trip to Detroit. So if you're interested, their road trips are top notch, and they also do Phillies and Eagles too. So, and then so our main focus for this week was the trade deadline.
Yeah. Sorry, I just went on a little rant.
No, this is your show too. You do whatever you want. So.
Yapping. I just I was thinking about like how you said like usually I go and like I just get one or like
yeah,
you don't go there and you get 15 because you're gonna go sell them when you get home.
No, it's not for profit and it's always fun. Now I've traded different things,
Yes.
you know, with a guy, you know, somebody else.
Somebody asks you, hey, like you're gonna go see this dude, can you get it signed for me? And then you've asked your friends like, hey, I know you're gonna go see this dude and I really can't make this event. Do you mind getting something for me?
Yeah, and I've shipped stuff. Canada, different,
Yeah.
out of the state, out of country fans, out of the
Hey,
state.
I need this puck and I have this puck. You want to trade? Like it's just
the autographing community. Some of them are definitely scummy, but I think we have some really good friends.
Oh no, we've made definitely some good friends.
Yeah, good people. So, and then just other Flyers fans too. Like most of the people that we like to do it are really hardcore fans. You know,
Yes.
Jen travels all over the place.
Yes.
She was just in Pittsburgh. She's coming to California with us. Melanie, really good fan back in the 80s. Melanie loves the team. Jack, he's got a whole room. You know, really good people. So, and then so friends in Canada. You know, and they've mailed me stuff. I mailed them stuff. It's all cool.
We've made good friends that share the love of the game.
Yeah, and we appreciate everybody watching the videos too.
Yeah.
It's fun to do them. I wanted something to do with her when she was little, so.
But also and we do this because we love it, and we just want to show what we do. It's just
look at you. Very nice. Yeah.
There's my 2 cents.
It's true though. So my room's still a disaster. We can't show off the redo room.
No.
So
there's stuff everywhere.
Yeah, but I've got things in places now. I've got things in places now.
Yes.
I figured out where things are going.
Yeah.
Just this week I'll finish putting them together. I needed a little more time because every time I moved something I didn't like it, and then I moved it back, and that was
spent hours in
very
here.
counterproductive.
Yeah.
Well, this was a longer video. Trade deadline.
Yes, trade deadline.
So they moved out Bobby Brink.
Yes.
Which I think was a great move. He was actually, I know everybody was focused on other people, but I like Bobby. Friendly guy.
Yes.
Good third line player. But that's, I think, his ceiling. He's a good third line player. We've got plenty of wings. I'm sure he's going to be successful in Minnesota.
Yeah.
He'll put up 15 goals a year and play hard, but he's not big. He loses some board battles.
Yeah.
We've got a few undersized guys. We were clearly trying to get bigger. And they got back Jiricek. So they got back this big... So right-hand defensemen are very important in the league.
Yeah.
This guy was a former 5th or 6th. I believe it was 5th overall pick. Which is
6 or 7?
No, 5 or 6. I'm pretty sure 5. I'm forgetting off the top of my head now. But so in other words, he's got talent.
Yeah.
However, it didn't go so well in Columbus when he was first drafted. He needs some work on his skating. He's got a great shot. He's offensive. But his skating's not great. He's got some other deficiencies. And Columbus and him, sometimes it doesn't work out in your first stop. So Minnesota spent a ton of draft picks to get him. However, then Minnesota got Quinn Hughes, one of the top 2-3 defensemen in the league. So
Quinn Hughes is
so he's stuck in the minors.
huge.
So Minnesota just realized they don't need him. So for Brink, it's a heck of a return. I mean, Minnesota, I think they have a 1st and a 3rd, a prospect, and we got him for Brink, who was a late pick with us. So it was a good move by Danny.
Yes.
If you're not going to, I mean, I hate people saying bottom out because the team's picking in the bottom pick. I mean, Michkov could have been a top 3 pick if he wasn't Russian. Anyway, it was a very good move to acquire more potentially high-end talent. Now, the dude may never play another NHL game. He could completely flop. But the Flyers could develop him well. They've done really well with Jamie Drysdale this year, who would be my vote for most improved player. I think they can bring a lot out of this guy. He's going to replace Risto eventually. Hopefully. I mean, again, it's a project, but the potential is there. And right now, the Flyers are all about needing guys with high-end potential. Yeah. So I thought that was a fantastic, underrated move.
Why do you think they didn't get rid of Risto like this time? And
I think that's part of the problem. Everybody's so focused on not moving Risto that I think people don't realize how good this Brink move was. But so GMs, general managers tend to set a price for a player.
Yeah.
And if they don't get that price, first of all, Risto has a year left on his contract.
Okay.
So a lot of guys that move at trade deadline are going to be their contract's going to be up at the end of the year.
Yes.
And if you're not going to re-sign him, you might as well get something for him.
Yes.
Okay. Risto's got another year. So number one, you didn't have to move him.
Yeah. So maybe next year they'll move him.
Correct.
But it wasn't necessary this minute.
Correct. It wasn't necessary this minute. So you have the whole offseason. You have the draft.
Yeah.
You have all the way till next trade deadline.
Imagine he becomes amazing.
He's played better this year. He certainly had a good Olympics. He's played better in the NHL. Risto's problem has always just been injuries.
Yeah.
But since Brad Shaw got a hold of him, he's been a very, very good. He's been a good NHL player.
So maybe he needs a little bit. If we give him a little bit more time, maybe he'll be ready to sign next year, or maybe we will eventually trade him.
Yeah, he's getting up there, so I don't see him coming back.
How old is he?
31,
okay,
32.
So he is older, so I don't necessarily not re-sign, but
I think there's a couple reasons Danny didn't trade him. One, I think Danny wanted X amount, probably a first and a prospect, most likely, which I think Risto is worth a first. Maybe you couldn't get the prospect you wanted. Maybe, however, again, don't need to trade him. The other thing is, I know people are super excited about the kids, and nobody watches more junior and college hockey than me. I'm super excited about the kids.
Dad just watches a lot of hockey.
I do. But you can't just throw kids in the NHL. It's like throwing a baby in the pool and think it's going to swim. It's not.
It's like throwing a baby immediately in the deep end.
Right. It doesn't work.
The kid learned how to swim. Okay, deep end.
There are a few. There's Connor McDavid. There's a few players that could step into the league and play, obviously, but it's a few and far between.
Yeah.
So, Bonk, I think Bonk is close.
Do you think he's coming in next?
I think they're going to give him a few games at the end of the year, just get a taste of the NHL, but I think he has a shot of making the team out of camp. But it also wouldn't surprise me if he spent another month or two in the minors. They came up Christmas time or something like that.
Okay, I could see that happening.
Sometime next year, Bonk will be a Flyer.
Okay.
Whether it's camp or it's tough to tell. Some guys have good off seasons, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they have bad camps. Look at Bump. Bump, I thought for sure. If you had asked me in June or July, I would have sworn Bump was going to start with the Flyers.
Yes.
But he didn't have a good camp at all.
So then
So they sent him down to Lehigh, and there's no shame in that. That's what the AHL's been around 75 years for a reason. Yes. So Bump and then Bump got an injury, so he missed a few little time, and now he's playing great, and he scored in his first game.
Yeah,
as a Flyer.
Yeah.
So there, Cam York needed to go down for a little bit. Replayed his game, came back playing well.
There's no shame in the
No, I remember Joe Farabee, right? He thought he was going to make the team out of camp. Last guy cut, was down there for 2-3 games. Came back. I don't think he ever went back down again. So there's nothing wrong with the AHL. It can help. Even Hart, when he spent that month down there,
it's a resource, not a
It's not a punishment. It's not. So
it's a resource, not a punishment. It's not you're not good enough. Go down there. It's you're good enough and have the potential. You just need a little bit more time.
Yeah, look at Barkey and Bump. I think the AHL time this year has paid off for them, and now they're playing in the NHL. And you can stay. Because to me, the worst thing you can do is make the NHL and then be really unsuccessful for 2-3 months.
Exactly.
And then get sent down. Then your confidence is hurting. So, and then some guys unfortunately go down with a bad attitude. So I think Risto builds them a better bridge. It gives Bonk more time. It gives Jiricek a chance to build his game back up. And I still think they get a first round pick for Risto next season. Maybe not a better prospect or anything, but I still think teams are desperate enough for right-hand D up there that the return will be good enough. And it's funny, the fan base complains about picking 10 to 15. Well, I hate to break it to you, but what the pick they were going to get for Risto is probably going to be around 20, 25. Because they're going to get it from a playoff team who's probably going to go deeper. So, the fan base makes that's Danny, ruin the rebuild by not getting rid of him.
Yeah.
But yet you all would have complained about a late 20 not being able to help it. You know, like
you guys would have complained either way. Like
some fans definitely would complain either way.
I'm not directly looking at you.
There was
looking at the people next to you.
There was a lot of freak out on Friday, and I just don't think. I am not Rich's biggest fan. I had zero problem if they traded him, but I understand why Danny held on to him.
Yeah.
And I don't think it ruins any rebuild or whatever. And I still think they'll get a late first from next, if not maybe 2 seconds or something like that. We'll see.
You know what I think, Dad?
What?
Some people are dramatic.
Some people, Twitter.
And you're talking, and I'm saying that. I am as dramatic gets.
Trade deadline was over dramatic. It's just like all this stuff with Tocchet hates Michkov.
Like, what?
Tocchet wouldn't take the job. Like, everybody knows that Michkov is one of the 2-3 cornerstones of the franchise coming up. You don't take that job, because you don't like Russians or Europeans or other nonsense. So it makes no sense. And we're actually at practice.
Yeah.
We watched Tocchet. I mean, full credit to Zegras. Zegras is all over the coaching staff asking questions. I love that about Zegras. But
he's a good kid to teach.
But Michkov, I've seen Tocchet over with him. Michkov speaks hockey, and he understands English. I just don't think I'm guessing it. I just think Michkov's not comfortable speaking English, but understanding it has clearly come a long way.
Yes, he can understand what you're saying to him. He can't write an essay.
Yeah, and I think he speaks hockey very well too. So
like he can.
I'm not
big hockey words.
I'm absolutely not worried about Michkov next season. Again, was Tocchet the greatest hire of all time? No, but these people freaking out want to fire him in year one. The Flyers are going to have a lot more points this year than they had last year. Tippett's playing a better all-around game. Drysdale's bouncing back. York's still having some ups and downs, but he's certainly playing better than last year. I think,
but for the most part, everybody's doing a lot better.
Yeah, or at least a little better.
We're doing something right.
Yeah, and that's the coaching staff. And the players. The players are certainly putting the effort, but that's the coaching staff. Like, is this season going to work out how we want? No, they're probably not going to make the playoffs.
They're not going to be perfect, but
I did think they'd make it. And
I was hoping playoffs.
As much as I love Sam, if Urson was just a hair bit better, that's 6 or 8 more points, and they're right there with everybody else. Yeah. So I love Sam. He just had a bad. It might be the end of Sam here in Philly at the end of this year, but we'll see what happens. But they're not, and every team's bunched up. There's not that big a difference, between many of the teams.
Yeah.
So, and frankly, as much as I thought they'd make the playoffs this year, next year's the year I'm excited for.
Yes.
Because I think Michkov bounces back. Although, and the other thing is, Michkov's overall game is better this season. He's getting back. He's picking up coverage a little better. He's being more in the right spot. There's still some lapses, and they lead to goals, but I see improvement in his game, even if his points aren't going to drastically jump. I don't care about his points here, too. Eventually, I care about his offense, and that'll be there. I care about his around game. But next year, Martone, I think Martone is, unless, I'd be stunned if Martone's not on the team out of camp. I think he comes, as soon as his college career is done, he's playing, and I'd be absolutely stunned if he spent any time with the Phantoms. And eventually you'll see Bonk and Lutchenko next year. So I think next year is when I know people are grumpy, and it's been 20 years, 50 years, 10 years, whatever one they want to say. It says Danny is just coming up on 3 years on the job.
Yeah. He's still new. And
he took over from the worst GM, Chuck Fletcher, in Flyers history. It takes time. And the cap's going up.
Yeah.
Which means, people crying about the Dvorak's contract. That's going to be nothing in 2 years. Cap's going to go up $20-30 million, they say. That's a lot of players. This means you need to get going, because you need one of them $8 million contracts.
I thought we had determined this. I can't go up there.
Oh yeah,
I can't skate.
Oh, you'd be a nice girl, and you can cheer him on.
Yeah.
So, but I still, and no GM or coach are perfect. None of them. So, but I still very much think the team's going in the right direction.
And even if they are the perfect one, not everyone's going to agree with everything.
No, and there's still a decent amount of health and luck and a lot of things going to winning a cup or even being successful. And I mean, Buffalo's taken off. Buffalo was the joke of the league for 15 years. They were rebuilding. Now they're finally, and for the first 2 months of the year, they stunk. Now all of a sudden, everything's clicking. It just, you got to find the right mix.
So it is.
So, but I still think the Flyers are moving in a very positive direction. Yeah, look at Buffalo. I mean, Nathan MacKinnon was in the league 9 years before he won a cup. Yep. 9. The Colorado had to go through 2 rebuilds. They started over again.
Yeah.
McDavid still doesn't have a cup. Austin Matthews. These are some of the best players in the league. Like, I'm still happy with the Flyers' overall direction and what Danny's done. Until he starts doing things that I don't like, so far he set a plan and he stuck to it, and I like that.
Yeah.
And I like that. And people complain about ownership. Ownership has let them do it.
Yes.
They didn't tell him to buy this year to squeak into the playoffs and get kicked out of round. They didn't tell him to do it last year. They're letting him do his thing. I do think next year's the year you do start, adding. Like I said, the young kids. Let's see how the young kids play. But I do think next year, and I still think even next year there'll be probably a playoff hunt, but a little better position for it. But
yes,
they're still not going to be major. Go out, try to grab that guy to put you over the top. Like it's taking time, as Danny told everybody when he took the job.
It's going to take time.
So, but it's one of those things either way. I was 100% fine if they traded Dvorak for a pick, but I'm also fine with the way they signed him because the contract's fair and he's going to help the kids come along.
We've been doing this the whole time. Danny's been a GM.
Yeah. We
started this before he was a GM.
When Fletcher was the GM, the dark times. I really hated Chuck Fletcher. I was pissed when he was hired. I was not happy. Like, I didn't like most of the things he did. He had moments, but
remember when you made shirts when Danny got hired too? Remember the shirts you made with Keith and
Jonesy and Priere, 2024, make the Flyers great again.
Yep.
Keith Jones knows a lot about hockey.
Yeah.
Danny, while I had reservations that Danny, of course, didn't have experience like a guy who was a GM before, I do think Danny's very smart, and I have liked most of his draft picks and most of his decisions so far.
Very solid. I
and
can't complain with him.
Even his worst ones, like I told somebody the other day, I forget, somebody asked me, and I was like, if signing Dvorak is the worst move Danny makes compared to some of our other GMs, I sleep well at night. Like. Yeah. The guy's going to put up 18 goals. He's good in the faceoff circle. He kills penalties, and he's great with young kids. So, like Bump and Barkey and all these kids get more time. He's a good center to play with. And eventually he can move the wing if Luchenko and Nesbitt. Like, if everything works out, it's fine. Yeah. So, I mean, God, if he's the 4th center by the time this is a cup team, that's also fine.
It's bedtime, Dad. I got to post this before midnight.
All right.
Or else we're done for.
Oh, no.
The world's going to explode. Fans are going to get on us.
I don't know if it's quite that serious, but I get it.
No, it's definitely not serious.
All right. I'll take your word for it. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We got one more before we do one in California.
Yeah.
So, good night, everybody.
Bye.